but we have a simple message for them. We will set the strictest possible conditions for you. If you do not follow them, you will end up back in jail.
The Albanese government is racing to pass new legislation to protect communities from dangerous offenders released from detention. The immigration laws will make it through Parliament tonight, but a fresh High Court challenge may be looming. Here's Charles Croucher.
In Western Sydney, this hotel promises modern rooms, 4 stars.
To be put up in taxpayer-funded accommodation, free to come and go as they want.
For 2 months, David has been living in a small tent on the side of a Brisbane motorway.
I never thought it would ever happen, but it has.
He tells us he hates it when it rains because his tent leaks.
Modern rooms, 4 stars, and a new life for this man.
Detention centre life is totally like a jail life.
He says he's not a criminal, although admits some of the 84 freed by the High Court are.
For instance, one is a member of Egypt's Islamic Jihad terrorist organisation. Would you believe it? There's an Afghan that ASIO said was also a security risk. There are 2 people smugglers. There's a Zimbabwean who committed more than 30 offences, at least one while armed, and then said, well, you can't send me back, I'm a refugee. Another, an Iranian, committed 2 sexual assaults and claimed he couldn't go back to Iran because he converted from Islam to Christianity. That's a very popular little dodge. And a South Sudanese man convicted of very serious family violence.
He says he's not a criminal, although admits some of the 84 freed by the High Court are, and many now with friends or family far from the high fences they knew.
The High Court corrected that last week, and now the executive is just trying again, and the Australian public should be incredibly wary.
But in the capital,
I move that this bill now be read a second time.
New legislation imposing new restrictions on the former detainees, including ankle monitoring bracelets, stricter curfews. Visa holders will also be prevented from going near schools or childcare facilities, and breaches of restrictions are now a crime, punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
As Prime Minister, I will always accept responsibility for the decisions I've taken.
We did not want to let these people out of detention, but we have a simple message for them. We will set the strictest possible conditions for you. If you do not follow them, you will end up back in jail.
The opposition supports the laws but point out the lags.
It is the absolute bare minimum required to deal with this problem.
So was legislation drafted in June?
No.
Was it drafted in July? No. Was it drafted in August?
No! No! No!
Was it drafted in September, October? No. It wasn't even drafted 24 hours ago.
This parliament is shadowboxing the High Court.
Are you going to open up your house to them? How many are you going to invite into your home? How many are you going to look after?
None of these new rules will put any of the detainees back in detention, and with the High Court still not publishing its reasons, tonight the legal and political fight is far from over.
That's why I say tonight is not the end of the road, and it is certainly not the end of our efforts to bring people together. The issues we sought to address have not gone away.